I'm like, am I having an orgasm? I don't even know. But like,
oh
when I
no,
was
you
using
know,
the toys,
you
I was.
once
I
you get
know.
it, you know what it
You
is.
know. So then I was like, yeah, this is it.
EcoWise Entertainment.
Who say come on? Who say they go? I know you, but you don't know me.
This is so weird.
I
All right.
know. Technology, I tell you.
This is so interesting. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Moyatu, and today I'm doing my first Skype video, whatever this is, interview, and what better way to do it with the ladies from Sex on the Table. First of all, how are y'all doing?
Good. Considering, how are you?
Good. So I have Mo and Shay here. When I first saw them, I don't even know how I found you guys. I think I was
Through
probably,
the group chat.
oh, okay, through Blaze, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. So shout out to Boy because she's always connecting me. Um, so when I saw that you guys were doing like adult toys, I was like, finally, because people are doing, parties like passion parties, and you're ordering online, but to have people that are around your age and you guys are doing something different from lashes and makeup. Shout out to the people doing lashes and makeup.
Literally no shade. If you have any lashes, if you do makeup, send me samples. I'm here for it all.
But that's different. Like, who thinks of putting a line together? So, my first question is, how did y'all start that?
Um, well, I guess I'll start and then I'm gonna tag you in, Mo.
Okay.
But well,
And just
me and
explain what Sex on the Table is.
Okay, cool. So Sex on the Table, I'm gonna just say how like we came up with it and then Mo can elaborate on what it means and everything for real. But like me and Mo, like we've been friends like 6 years, and we always talk about sex and orgasms and relationships and love like on an everyday basis.
Right.
And then a lot of times we've
Me
noticed like
too.
we talk about sex with our friends too, like after we
Mhm.
get some we're like, oh, da 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 da, this what happened, and then the main question is always like, did you come? And then we peep like a lot of people like are not coming, like we're just
Right. And that's
there.
crazy because I know some people that's never had an
Yeah,
orgasm, and it's
yeah,
real out here.
yeah.
Meanwhile,
So
I mean, I'm not trying to do anything if I don't have an
yeah,
orgasm. That's weird. Like, it's not fair.
literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're like, we need to come up with something where we can like, make it more like easier, not even easier, but like with the toys, like we did, like try and we tried it to see how they worked and all of that. And we're like, oh, these are some pretty good toys. Like this is a good lineup. It gets the job done like within 5 minutes. Like, so, and then like a lot of
Damn, you're
times
tiny.
people aren't knowing what an orgasm even feels like to begin with. So it's
Yeah.
like with these toys, we're like, oh, like let's come up with a sex toy line. Like girls, they can explore with themselves. Then they could like, cause even me, I'm like, am I having an orgasm? I don't even know. But like
Oh
when I
no,
was
you
using
know.
the toys,
You
I was, I
once you get
know.
it, you know what it
You
is.
know, so then I was like, yeah, this is it. And that's really kind of how we kind of came up with it. But Mo, you can elaborate a little bit more.
Okay. And so yeah, me and Shay met 6 years ago. We both graduated with our bachelor's in psychology. So we have like that whole like field, talking to people. We
Yeah.
really loved our human sex class. That's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like where we really started being friends. Me and Shay
Right, right.
look at each other like, you hear that?
That's it.
So yeah, so that was like the start of everything. Then like of course our conversations, and I'm in school now for a degree in sex therapy, my master's.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's how we tied in like all the other aspects of Sex on the Table. So Shay mans the sex toy portion, which is private selection, and then we
Mhm.
have our podcast, Sex on the Table, and you guys can listen to that on Spotify or Apple. And
Okay.
that's just like more so my platform where I come from, like everything I'm learning in school. So you guys are getting like research based, but with fun thrown in. I bring my classmates on there and
Oh
other
yes.
people in the community in the sex community that I get to meet. And then also we just have like the, regular sex on the table portion where Shay might be teaching a class on sexuality. And hopefully soon we hope to come out with like some female products. So we just combined it really nicely.
No, that's a dangerous combination.
Yeah.
I love that. You guys are both from the best continent in the world. So you guys are both African. We have the best of both worlds, literally, East and West. So Shay is from Ethiopia and Mo is from Liberia. So I was talking to you guys earlier, being that we're African girls, we're already taught about like respect and like, learning how to, get married and, things that don't really shine light on sexuality. Like not really like your mom. I don't know about everybody else's mom. My mom was talking to me about sex, but not in depth. Just like don't have sex. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can get pregnant, things like that. The bare minimum. But nowadays everybody is exploring, it's not a shame to come, pretty much. It's women want to come. So being young African girls, how was it when you brought it to your families or, now, it's out on a platform? How did you go about that? Did you have any second thoughts about that, bringing that out, knowing that the culture that we, have is really like at a minimum when it comes to sexuality?
You want to start, Mom?
Yeah, I was gonna let you go first. All right. So yeah, like I'm Liberian. So of course when I decided to be I wanted to be a sex therapist in undergrad. I called my mom and I'm like, and my mom's also a pastor, y'all. So.
Oh, it's always I swear it's always the PKs, yo.
Yeah. So
I don't know. If you want to be a freak, it's like somebody's parents has to be in church or a pastor. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I was like in church 24/7 and just imagine like, undergrad, I'm coming to my mom like, yeah, Mom, I want to be a sex therapist. She was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I was like,
right.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. She was like, hold on one second. Start Googling the numbers. Me and my mom love a calculator. So, start Googling numbers. She said, we can work with this. But, tell the family people you're a marriage and family therapist. I was like, perfect. Because, it's a duality title.
Yeah, so it is. Because you have to satisfy both worlds.
Yeah. So that was cool until we had our launch party in February. And my voice was completely gone. So the only time I did talk, it was on Instagram. I didn't even know anybody could hear me. But I was giving a toast and I was like, to good dick and to good pussy, whatever you into, let's cheers to it. Yeah. And I forgot to block my mom off my story that day because we were so busy.
Your mom is following on Instagram?
Yeah,
that's the biggest problem. I'm sorry, but I had to. No, I'm not. Yeah. I refuse.
Well,
I'm not even. I don't do too much on Instagram, but it gets to that point where it's like, no, stay on Facebook.
No,
okay,
for real.
Yes. So like I forgot that she was on there. I forgot to block her that day. I just wasn't even thinking about it, and I got a call in the morning like. Just imagine I'm in bliss. Like, I'm like, oh my God, we finally did it. This business is launched. And I was like, toot, toot, toot. Yes. She was like, so that's how you talk, right? I was like, Mom, like, I would talk like this to my clients. Like, this is what I talk about. This is what
the thing is like the crazy thing is I feel as though if we have that respect there, you have the respect, that it's not something, you're not being a hoe, like I'm not out here. That's the difference. Like sometimes you have to sit down with your parents and your family and let them know that this is not like I'm not being a prostitute. Like a lot of the times it goes straight to stripping, like straight to sex, prostitution, like the worst thing ever, when it's like, no, this is exploring it. And you can't really give your mom a toy to let her or can you?
No.
Okay.
I offered my aunt one, but not her.
It's always the aunties. Oh, it's definitely always the
aunties. Are you just selling sex, or are you actually educating people? People need to know you have a degree. I was like, right. I'm doing both. So
I think that y'all are mastering it in every way. Like, what did you notice the most about women when they were asking you about the product? Was there like anything that surprised you the most?
With me, it's like a few of the people like they didn't know what parts of the toy went on what part of your body. I mean, but really with like girl toys is mainly it's either a clitoral stimuli or a G spot one, and then there's other ones. But we just started basic, so we only have like one for your clit and one for you can insert for your G spot. But they're like, where do I put it? Like, how do
But
I?
no.
use it?
I think the one with the clit one, it first of all, shout out to whoever did that. But you know, it's
Yeah.
Yep.
first of all, no, shout out to that because I was looking at well, some of my friends and like my line sisters, like they were talking about, you know, the quarantine and you not really being with your boo if it's not your man. You know, you're not really trying to be with anybody in your house. So what comes next? You can't have sex. So next is a toy. So we were looking at different toys, and there's one that has like a dual where it's like for the clitor. Is it the clitori? Is that what you're saying?
Clitoral.
So
Clitoral.
Right, because we just say clit. Yeah. So it's for that and also for the G spot. So it's like a double, you know, situation.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, opening the box, you know, it just tells you how many seconds you need to turn it on and, you know, all of those things, but not knowing that it goes in both places.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times you have to educate people because they don't know, because people are just usually familiar with just like a bullet or,
like a
you know, something like that. And I think that that's new. The clitoris stimulus. It has to be new because I've never seen
it's
it.
like newer because usually in the past it's like a lot of vibrators or the dildos, the rabbit ones that look like the actual dick, but this new clitoral one, it like sucks like on your like clit, like it's just
the
it gives you that like sucking.
Right.
Yeah. But that I don't know, that might be pretty new because I started getting toys. I was probably 18 and I didn't see nothing like that for real.
Yeah. And usually they'll have like a rubbing or like it'll just be like awkward and you don't even like the thing. But you're not actually getting like that stimulation.
Okay, so do you guys like okay, of course you have to use your own product, right? So how do you choose the ones that you want to, you know, sell? Like, how do you choose your products?
The ones that get the job done fast.
Okay.
Yeah, because people don't want to like lay around trying to catch the orgasm like 30 minutes.
It's not a session like it's with a guy or a woman.
Yeah, like you want to be quick, but within 5 and 10 minutes you want to have that nut, like. But yeah, that's what I look for.
And then also all of our toys. So first we have like we pick toys just based off like what we know about like the female anatomy or like partner play. And then like me and Shay will just put them like through regular trials. But then they have to match like all of our standards. So they have to all like we never want it to die on you. So they all have to be like USB rechargeable,
right?
Waterproof, 100% silicone medical.
Can you wash? But you can't wash them though, right? You have to use no,
you can wash it.
You can hand wash it, like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with non-fragrance soap. And then it has to be also like waterproof. And then so those are the standards. That's how we pick the toy based off the body, and then we go through like a few trials, like a few rounds. So we see like is it good off first 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're like, all right, like we call each other like, okay, this is what happened. I'm like, all right, this is what I thought. Shay usually tests most of my toys.
Honestly, that's probably the best job that I could probably have. But you know, it's just like so you're writing reviews on it, just comparing both, you know, reactions to it. If it's a no, it's a no. Right, but what if somebody, okay, so what if Shay has a different reaction than you do?
Try it again. Yeah. Somebody got to try it again. Because there's a lot of toys, like in the very beginning, the falsetto was our favorite, and that's the dual one that you're talking about. Oh, yeah. And we were like, Shay, like we might just need to drop this one toy and then bring other ones out because this is it.
Yeah.
By the time I was on it like every day. I was like,
she's like, this is all we need in our lives. And then by like the party, we had like a second favorite. And then she's like, did you try this one again? It was like a third favorite. So it's just like about, you know, doing different rounds, testing in different ways. like, okay, this lasted 5 minutes, but like let's do it like 3 rounds in one night, see what happens type thing.
Yes.
So just really testing the toy. Like this toy not about to break on y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, well, anytime you guys have, you know, the time and you guys are trying out new toys, feel free. It's not a game out here. I have a quick game that I want you guys to play with me. I hope it works well. So I see on your Instagram page that you guys put, you know, sex positions and, you know, different, you know, form of knowledge up there, which is very helpful because I reposted on my page, on my story. I'm going to give you guys 15 seconds to name as many positions that you can. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do it because we're not together.
Yeah.
So should we do it separately? I can give 10 seconds. And you have, okay, so whoever's going first, those are the answers. And if you go second, then you cannot say the same as the top.
First.
Okay, so Shay, that's fine. You can go first. So
wow,
I just named it. So we're going to play how many licks does it take till you get to the center. All right, so
how many licks?
Licks. How many positions? I don't know. I'm freestyling.
Okay.
Whatever. How many? Whatever. So you get to the center, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so you're going to have 10 seconds.
Okay.
10, 15. What's longer?
15.
10 is a long time. Nah, 10 is long. I'm looking at this little recording. It's long.
Yeah.
So 10 seconds. All right, Shay, ready, set, go.
Okay, doggy style, missionary, sexy avocado. I don't even know. Wait,
one.
It's lazy.
No, it's cool. You got it. Yes. So what is, okay, so explain, what is a sexy avocado?
This is the one I actually made for today. We're going to post it. So this is a position for like pregnant women. So they're the avocado, but the guy is kneeling and then the girl's kneeling in front of him. And
got it.
Like,
so there's no front action.
Yeah, it's from the back. But
and then the
avocado is the stomach. Yeah, avocado, that's the stomach.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah. But,
yes. Okay. So, Mo.
I didn't name nothing.
I know.
You named, I think, 3. Yes.
I named, you gotta count my spoon in one. That's 4.
All right. We'll do that. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wheelbarrow. The peg. Wow.
3 seconds.
Why is my mind going blank?
All right, that's it.
On my face.
Okay. So, all right. So
I had a whole list in my mind.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right. So what's the wheelbarrow?
Okay, so the wheelbarrow is kind of like the female anatomy partner or whoever's receiving is like down, kind of like you're holding a wheelbarrow and you holding the partner's hips and like their body's like off the bed, so you know you're just thrusting into that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll definitely have conversations from now here on out. I'm here for it. Okay, so describe your line or your brand in 3 words, Mo, if you can.
Okay, advocacy, education, and empowering sexuality. That's 4.
That is 1 word. I'm here for it. That was a hyphen. Okay. I'm here for it. That's good. I'm here for it.
Yes.
All right. So, the last question. So, well, second to last. So, who is your target audience? Because you guys are young women. What is your target audience?
Our target audiences are millennials, female or male, transgender, queer. Our whole thing is, giving a voice to the voiceless. So, sex is a taboo subject. And just making sure that everybody because we're all sexual beings, right? So everyone has, they're able to see through our business what's important to them sexually.
Absolutely. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. I really love that you guys are doing something like that. Oh, my daughter just walked in. You can't come on this conversation. Go ahead. Backtrack. Y'all are doing something that, I've seen before, but it was older people, and it wasn't people that looked like us.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, everybody was having sex. You know, everybody's having sex. We have kids. We, you know, we're young, so we're the main people besides old heads that are having sex, which is uncomfortable. But you know, everybody, we're having sex. So for you guys to, you know, hone in on that and actually teach what's the right way to do it, and you know, build on the psyche, I think that is so dope of y'all. Like, honestly, I can't wait to meet y'all in person.
I know.
And I feel like I've known y'all for a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I know this is
To be totally honest, the vibe is amazing. I'm here for it. Maybe it's because we're African. So it's just like, as soon as I said African, I said, oh, I'm comfortable.
You gotta to be the African, you just gotta.
It's just hugs, yes, all day. Great. So thank you guys for hitting me up.
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate y'all. This is my first weird, interesting Skype interview, but it worked out well. Much love, peace to you guys, and dual on top of dual, 1000% success, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. All right.
Stay safe.
You too. All right.